Okay, so it's faster. Oh, we dropped the speed though. Okay, they forfeit it. Now I'm feeling iffy about this team. Okay. Um. Go fake out Astral Barrage. They're faster. Go down to Sash. Did they Icy Wind? Oh, they faked out. Okay. So now we wide guard an Astral. They can just get through this by doing like a single target attack, which they might have. Nope, they don't do it. And we are now +2. We get our berry back. U-turn's gonna hit you hard. You're gonna protect. I like the Meowscarada though. We bring in Ensign. Let's just try the Astral Barrage. Yeah, the Sucker Punch. That was expected. We Flare Blitz and Fake Out. We can't Parting Shot it, surprisingly. Oh, I like this play. Well, what if it degleams? Okay. That was honestly an easy dismantle. Let's turn the lights on. And get our game on. And switch to that. Hey, Goodra, what's going on? Oh, look at my little aliens. They're purple. Okay. I want to try to do a wide league tournament. I don't know what all I want to build so far. Like, I know I want to build the Terrapagos, but I want to, like, re-look at it. Where's the bump? The bump's at 110. That gives me 64 to play around with. We do that. Faster than instant. I want to try that. Because I literally just copy and paste it. My, for my 1 Terrapagos, I literally just copy and paste it. The Raging Bolt spread. I was like, we'll start there. I like the Shadow Rider team. The Shadow Rider team is having a big problem with Groudon. Groudon Fluttermane puts off so much damage. Okay. So we're going to move that over here. And we're going to put the stream on this camera. So upload to Pokepaste. Go back. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Calyrex team. It's not like ready yet. Upload to Pokepaste. Like, it's okay, but it's not the best. Okay. The first thing I need to do, I honestly need to make room. I think all my shiny legendaries, like all my shiny Pokemon that I'm not using, like I need to put some of these away. Like, do I need these Wochens anymore? Or maybe I can... for now, I can just move everything down a box. I had Icicle Crash on this Chien-Pao. Okay. This one's Ice Spinner. I think the other one's Icicle Crash. Yeah. It's just what I want. Okay. I think I have this Ensign. This one's Terra Fairy. I need one that's Terra Water. I think it's this one. Except this one has a Citrus. Where's this at? Okay. Hey, Zero, what's going on? $192 checks out. We need to take away some attack. Add some defense. See, this one's perfect though. But this one's the same spread I'm using for the Calyrex team. So I want something a little different. I got Incense and Pokemon Home. That happens sometimes. So we'll move this Incense here. I think I'm using the same Rillaboom on both teams. One has knockoff. I don't know how I feel about that. That one can go for both. Fluttermane is only used on the Terrapagos team. I think it's this Fluttermane, yeah. Knockoff is a nice choice for Rillaboom. A lot of people don't expect it, but you're missing out on a lot of damage with Woodhammer. But like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I used the Thundurus team, like the Thundurus Therian team, using the Raging Bolt, like, and going up against opposing Raging Bolts, it was like critical that you knocked off. Maybe I'll just keep this one Terra Ghost. I originally had a Terra Water. This is the same EV spread. And then I can just tweak that one. Well, no, this one's fine and this one's fine. I don't mind the Terra Water on the Calyrex Shadow Rider team because I don't want to get that many like ghost weaknesses. So what do I need now? I want my Choice Scarf Urshifu Rapid Strike, which I think is this one. Yeah, I might find something. I swear I had one. And I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of Rillabooms that are like the same EV spread with the same item. So like it wouldn't be too hard. I can probably just use this one. But that's like one of the ones I don't want to dismantle. I'm not going to lie. That is way more special defense than what I expected. For the Rillaboom, honestly, I'm not, because if you look at my Pokemon Home, I probably have like, I'm not kidding, like 12 of each Incin and Rillaboom, because I used to do that. I used to just like go, oh, I'm just gonna like copy the same spread over and over again. Like I kind of want to put this group in my little, you know, don't change box. Like this is my first VGC team. This was my NAIC team. And this was my Knoxville team. So like this team got me points, like got me championship points, which all three of those other teams did not. Yeah, from Sword and Shield. I have like so many in my box because I used to, every time I tweaked the spread, I would just breed a new one because I did a lot of EV training by hand. like where I like individually battled like a set amount of Pokemon. And it was very time consuming, and that's all good and well when you don't have a kid. But I have a kid now, so I don't have the time to do that all willy-nilly. I honestly just have to re-EV this, and it should be fine. Okay. So now I got to figure out what is the difference in the spreads. We're going to delete the Fluttermane. We're going to copy the Terrapagos. We're going to paste it. Terrapagos. Level 85. That's going to be obnoxious. I'm just going to get it to 100. I'm about to start doing that Ursaluna now that I think I'm going to buy the Sword and Shield DLC. What do you mean doing what with Ursaluna? Like making a bunch or just recycling EVs? Bag. Okay. That will make it much easier to figure out what I want. Okay. Okay, let's move these to level 100. And let's figure out what it is. It is 62. It is 125. 19. 07 plus and 89. This guy's pretty fast. Okay, I need to get one of my handy dandy notebook cards. And I dropped all my notebook cards. Where is a pen or a pencil? Give me a second. Luckily, I had like 3 peat blocks like when I stopped playing Legends. But I used them all up. I used them up for myself, and then I used like 1 for someone else, and then someone else needed it, and I went through and did it for them. Okay. So therapy HP, we're going to do -10 plus 2 because there's an 8 difference. All right, clear. We need to check this at 50. Is it optimized for HP divided by 16? It is not. What is this one at level 50? Clear. 186 divided by 16. 11.65. that I would have to bump it up to 192. I know that because of Rillaboom and Grassy Terrain Recovery. Okay. So defense. Because we don't need a touch attack. Defense is minus 30 plus 6, I believe. Yeah, minus 30 would bring me to 22, plus 8 would bring me to 28. Okay. Okay, for special attack, we're going to do minus 40. Do I really need my special attack that high? Or my special defense that high? I think so, because on most Raging Bolts, it's high. And it's still not as high on Terrapagos. So we will have to do that last. So speed minus 100 plus 12 plus 12. Well, we can do 90 then. Minus 90. That will bring us... Minus 90 will bring us our EVs, our speed EVs to 142. And then I just have to add 2. And it is modest, yes. And then we just dump into special defense. Okay. Let's do that now. Get that out of the way. Oh, just a little whooper. I saw the blue and I was like, is that a shiny Spinarak? Okay. So bag. Let's go to our berries. One Pomeg. Defense minus 30. 1, 2, 3. Special attack minus 40. Speed minus 90. Ugh. And now we get to add. Health. We're going to add 2. Defense. We are going to add 6. Speed. We are going to add 2. And then Spadef, we dump. And now we double check. Level 100. 62, 135. Oh, I goofed up somewhere. Where did I goof up? It looks like special defense I goofed up. How did I goof that up? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. 360, 135, 213, 114 special attack, 147 speed def, 167 speed. That is it. All right, we got one team done. Okay, on to the next team. I actually don't need a 0 speed and DD, but I do need a 0 attack 1. So we'll breed for that. Our Raging Bolt is already done. We just need a Rillaboom with knockoff. Yeah, this is the same set. So I will take this one and I will remove Woodhammer for knockoff. It learns knockoff naturally, right? It does. Maybe I should get rid of U-turn, but I feel like U-turn does so well. So now we just need the Calyrex, which I think I need to get from my brother's save file of Sword, which is on my brother's Switch. And he stopped playing like way before that part of the DLC. And I was just like, I'll hunt for a 0 attack Calyrex here. Boom, got it on the first Pokemon. I was just like, I wish my 0 speed Calyrex or my 0 speed Glastrier was like that. And we will have to dismantle our Calyrex for this. Calyrex is like useless unless I want to go hyperspeed. Because I have a 0 speed in Pokemon Home, Calyrex. I have a 0 attack in my brother's copy. And then this one is just like the 36-36 or the 31-31. Hyper trained and all that stuff. I'll separate them later. Because we can just use the Spectrier that I caught with 0 attack. Because Spectrier really doesn't matter. I'll have to EV train the Calyrex anyway. So I just need an NDD and a Minshao. So right now, and it's a work in progress, so the team is subject to change. It is Calyrex Shadow Rider, NDD female, Minshao, Raging Bolt, Rillaboom, and Incineroar. Do yourself a favor. Figure out, like, don't worry about the Spectrier and the Glastrier because they're now in the Scarlet and Violet DLC with the snacks. So you can always get a 0 attack Glastrier and a 0 attack Spectrier in there. What you want to do with the Calyrex is you want to make sure that you've unlocked the IV checker feature already. And you want to make sure, like, if you're using a Shadow Rider, you want to get a 0 attack Calyrex. If you want to use Ice Horse, you want to get a 0 attack one. If you want to use both at any point in time, you're screwed. Unless you want to play through the game again. Or do what I did and buy both copies of the games, buy both DLCs. I don't like how they are yet. I don't like them yet. the versions that I've built, I don't like them yet. I want to look at what other people are doing with Miraidon and what other people are doing with Kyogre before I build something with them, right? That, and I'm not gonna lie, my Miraidon is 31 attack, and it probably doesn't matter at all, but it is right now spec'd out for raids though. But I do like the choice spec set for it. Yeah, thankfully I'm already there. I already have the games, I already have the other switches. I have too many switches, but that is not all my fault. When Sword and Shield started, I had 2 because I knew I wanted to trade with myself. So when the special edition Switch Lite was announced, I have it here, I'll get it down. Don't knock over the figures. When I wanted, let's see, can you see it? Yeah. There's Zamazenta and there's Zacian. So when this came out, I picked this up like immediately. I had nothing on my Best Buy credit card and I was like, yeah, let's pick that up. So I had a Switch Lite and my day 1 Switch. And then COVID happened. We had extra money. I had Stimmy money because we weren't going anywhere. We weren't spending money on anything extra. I was just sitting at home making YouTube content. It was pre-kid. And was it pre-kid? It was very beginning of kid, I think. When did this OLED come out? When did the Switch OLED come out? Yep. October 8th, 2021. So I saw it like the following February. So that was very early, kid. Picked that up. And because I was like, oh, I have a day 1 Switch. It's starting to stink. I was like, I might as well just pick up an OLED now because I know that I'm going to use it. So I did that. And then my brother got bored and he picked up a Switch. Before that, bought Sword and Shield, and he just couldn't get back into it. And so he was like moving out of his house, moving back in with my parents, and he was just like, hey, I don't use this. I haven't touched it in months, and you can tell there was like a layer of dust on it. He's like, do you want it? I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, I'll just use it as another way to farm legendaries and stuff. And that's what I'm doing. But so we need a Menshao, and we need a NDD. I can breed the NDD, and I think that's why I'm here. I want to shiny hunt the Menshao. So I believe they're in Kitakami, right? Right? Yes. Fu and Mian Chao. Yeah, they're all along that side. So it is going to be sandwich time. So we will save it. See, Toxicroak is like not that good anymore with the rain teams. It was like a faster fake out mon before like before like people started using Manchow, and like so it was good because it was like a decently speeded like fake Upmon. Like it wasn't hard to make it faster than Ensign. Um, and then Rain was used more than Sun back then, so you benefited more from Toxicroak than you were hampered by it. But now Sun is super prevalent, and so I don't think Toxapex is that good. And now Calyrex Shadow Rider is a thing with Indeedee and Expanding Force, which can I remind you that Toxicroak is 4 times a week too. So even with an Assault Vest, Toxicroak doesn't want to see that. So I don't think that Toxicroak is a good fit. I don't. It's been, even as a restricted support, it has been outclassed, and I think that in large it's been outclassed because of the way that what Shadow Rider's always had Expanding Force. Thank you, Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you? The cut is actually it's about a week old at this point, so I gotta redo the beard eventually. I get really lazy. I only do it every couple of weeks. Okay. So I've seen on like I'm still stuck on lower ladder because I've probably only played like 150 battles of Reg G, which sounds like a lot, but like when you look at like other people who have been testing, like 150 battles is not a lot. I've seen I've seen Hudra used with the Terrapagos team. Basically, it's just like a trolley team to keep everything alive. Oh yeah, no, it had Expanding Force right off the bat, because you have to remember Calyrex is a psychic type Pokemon. So they gave it Expanding Force, and they totally kept it. They nerfed Zacian, they nerfed Zamazenta because they nerfed Zacian, they nerfed Regieleki, and they're like, Calyrex Shadow Rider, we'll let it Terra out of its ×4 weakness, but we'll let it keep Expanding Force, and it already has a spread move. If I was a Pokemon, my ability would be Oblivious or Unaware. I mean, I'm totally okay with the red hair now. Um, as a child, as a young teen, like it is not fun to have red hair, especially when you grew up in an era where South Park was the funniest show, and they did an episode about ginger kids, and that's all I heard for like the rest of my like school life. Did they Oh, they updated this article. Okay. Okay. That's weird. It like 19. Man, you make me feel old. So I need fighting is pickle. So I need 3 pickles. 1, 2, 3. 1 cucumber. No, I need 4 pickle. So I need 3 pickles, and then 1 pickle and 2 of any Herba Mystica. Thank goodness I saved before this. We'll use beta. We'll use 2 beta. I don't know. I honestly haven't talked to most of the people I went to high school with. I don't care. I live my life one day at a time. So it's just kind of like whatever. My wife's okay with it though. So that's all that matters. Happy wife, happy life. Dude, look at me catering to that 25 to 35 demographic. But yeah, I'm glad people like now I know why girls always want you to bring like compliment when they get their hair done. Cuz it feels great for people like multiple people on stream and comments and my wife brought it up like that she felt like I did a good job on the haircut. I cut my own hair. I don't know how I would look if I clean shaved. I haven't been clean shaved. So what did I get? Sparkling powder title. Oh, okay. So I guess it does work. Thanks, I did it myself. I've paid for one haircut in like the past 10 years. It was the haircut I got before my wedding. So it was like the haircut for my wedding. I don't know. I thought about doing that thing. Apparently, like kids have a hard time like recognizing like the face under the beard. Like apparently, if you like have a beard for a really long time and then you like clean shave it, like will like throw your kid off. And I thought about doing that, but I have a younger brother who looks just like me, has red hair, is and slightly taller, and I can't tell you how many times like both my brothers, my kid has walked up and started calling them dad. So I don't think if I clean shaved, I don't think my kid would be freaked out at all. I think he would still recognize that it's me. Yeah, see, that's why like so like in high school, I I had the long like I wouldn't say douchey. It looked douchey on me. Like the long hair was popular. So I had like longer hair and it looked horrible on me because my hair is like really thick, so it just kind of like sat on top like a mop. Like it was bad. But anyways, one day our senior year at like track, like our friends are like, hey, we're all gonna shave our head. And I was like, okay. And ever since then, like I have not had long hair. I have always shaved it. I'm old. I will admit that. Aging has never really bothered me. I will say that like those things that people used to tell you, they're like, be careful because when you're older, like, and you're like, nah, that's not gonna be me. It's me. Um, I basically turned into like a small version of my father, which I swore I would never do, and I feel like a lot of kids do that. But I'm basically a small version of my father, and you know what? He's a solid dude, so I am okay with that. But I also remember one of my coworkers when I like just turned 21 in college. They were like 30 something, and they were like, I was talking about how like I don't get hungover, and they were like, enjoy it. They're like, because as you get older, it gets worse. He's like, once you're in your 30s, and a hangover is like a 2-day process. I was like, nah, that's never gonna be me. It has definitely been me before. Granted, I don't drink that much anymore. It's just not something like I care to do anymore. But yeah, the last time I was hungover, like it like hit me. You wait, when you drank when you were 4? What? That's not safe. I hope you were saying. I hope you're saying like 24 and 25, and not like actual like 4 and 5. But then again, my dad used to tell me stories about like how like when he would watch like baseball, like and he would have a beer like on the ground next to him, that my sister and I used to like steal it as like toddlers and take sips out of it. And he like told me the story. I'm like, and you're okay with that? Like you're okay with giving your children alcohol? And he's like, yeah, I made bedtime super easy. Oh yeah, of course when you try beer at that age, like it's gonna be gross. Especially like Heineken. Like especially like big name brand commercial beers. You gotta find the beer you like. I will say like brand name like commercial beer, it's all bad. Like when people are like, "Oh, it's an acquired taste." It just means like you just have to get like sad enough to be okay with how crappy it tastes, or you just have to drink it so much that like your taste buds become numb to it. But like if you actually find like good beer, like independent beer companies, once you find the kind of beer you like and like you know how to find the kind of beer you like it's a lot nicer. I just don't have the time to deal with it. Like drinking for me, I just like I don't have like a lot of free time that like I can just like get drunk and be hungover the next day. Like granted, like maybe in the summer I might have some like more like mixed drinks here or there, but like if my wife and I like want to drink, like if we both want to drink, we have to find like a babysitter, and we're adults, so like we have to find like a DD, and then we have to spend money. We have to go somewhere, and that costs money, and then it's just really expensive. Or if I drink at home, like I have to wait till my kid's in bed. And if I'm drinking beer, like odds are like I'm gonna get bloated and full before I even feel a buzz. So there's just not a lot of points to like drinking anymore. I do like a drink here or there. But yeah, I don't think I've been drunk in quite a while. You think I would have seen at least one by now? Oh, there's Mankey in this area. I'm probably gonna get a mint Mankey beforehand. Come on, Mr. Blue Sleeves, where are you? But how was everyone's day today? I'm not gonna lie, like there was a lot of people that said like when this DLC came out, they had problems with like the movement and it was causing like motion sickness for some people. Now, after not playing in this area for a while, I totally get it. I think this area the most. It's like too fast. Is anyone else feeling that, or is that just me? How much time have I? Okay. Come on, blue sleeves. if I walk... I'm not gonna... The walking does make it a little better. So then that stinks for, like, actually moving around the map. When do you guys think we'll hear about the next bit of info for ZA? The ZA. Pokemon ZA. Dude, if I have to pop more than one sandwich to get this, I'm gonna be so annoyed. At least, like... Here's the thing, though. Will ZA actually have competitive? I don't think so. Because Arceus didn't. Not to mention, like, if Megas could stay in a side game with no competitive, I'd be fine with that. But if it's coming out January of 25, that means they still have to have a game. They still have to have a game for the holiday season of 25. Like, because like I can see them doing Arceus in January, like they did with Arceus. Which if it is, if the next announcement is Worlds, if it's not competitive, that means we're gonna see just new Pokemon. Which that will be exciting. Well, I mean, technically new megas would be new Pokemon. They'd just be new forms. I think we see a little bit of both. Like, I think we see, like, 2 new Pokemon and 2 new megas. And then, like, through those announcements, we'll see a little bit of game footage. And people will be mad because it'll probably look terrible. I honestly hope if they do drop a new mega at Worlds for, like, the news, I just hope, like, I think we'll see, like, 2 new Pokemon, and then we'll see, like, game footage through, like, the Pokemon that they're showing and, like, 2 new megas. If they could just do me a favor and make one of those megas that they premiere at Worlds, make it Mega Flygon, just so people can shut up about it. I would love to see a, you know, like a Mega Flygon. I don't know, like, if you think about it, like, besides, like, the starters, like the OG starters, there aren't many Pokemon that get, like, the treatment multiple times. Um, with, like, there being, like, a few exceptions for, like, Meowth getting a Alolan form, and then a regional variant. And I think we've learned that, like, Dragonite is still fine. Dragonite doesn't need more help, right? Give me an example. What do you mean pseudo legendaries? Oh, like, oh, okay. Yeah, pseudo legendaries would be another exception. Salamence getting a paradox form. Tyranitar as well. It's kind of weird though, because like the paradox form doesn't directly benefit that said Pokemon. Where like Alolan forms do, like not a like regional forms do, like Hoodra, like Alolan Ninetales, like Alolan Muck, like they all benefited from that, but like you can't say that like T-Tar got better because of Iron Thorns. You can say that T-Tar got better because of Mega Salaman. So like I don't know. I really like how they did things this gen. I like when the gimmick can be used by any Pokemon and it's like pretty fair all around. Like with the fact that you can use it with any Pokemon. Like Z moves were like the first step where they're like, we're gonna give like any Pokemon can have a super powerful move. And we are like, okay. But it stinks that it's just one turn. And they're like, okay. We're gonna do Gigantamax, where every Pokemon gets 3 super powerful moves. And it was broken. And it was just like, oh well, you still found a way to make Charizard overpowered. Like you still found a way to make Charizard good. Like with the G-Max forms. But I feel like it was a step in the right direction. And then there are terrors, where it's like everyone uses it. It can be offensive or defensive. And it's not too like over centralizing like Dynamax was. I don't think so. I don't think we'll get another Mega Mewtwo and another like Megazard, because like we kind of all suspect it, right? If there's one thing that like you can really count on, is that when things are like super obvious, like they do like to throw curveballs at us. They do like to change it up. Like we were all expecting Black and White remakes to be announced, and then they did. We're gonna do a Legends game that's Gen 6. Charizard didn't have a special Z move though. I don't know. I think it's too expected. The I think the another terror, like another like Mega Charizard, I think it's too expected, like it's too obvious. So they're like, we can't do it. Why not? They'll be really mad, and they know it's coming. They're already mad for something that hasn't happened yet. Like, oh my goodness. So at this point, I haven't gotten any shiny, which is almost as obnoxious as if I got like a shiny that I wasn't hunting. At this point, at least the mint monkey would tell me that my sandwich is working. Yeah, but he was a ride Pokemon. Like, do you like? Is that special? I don't know. I think they did Charizard as the flying ride Pokemon because of the anime. Because eventually they started flying around on Pokemon during like the Ultra missions, and I'm pretty sure the Fire um trial captain flew around on a Charizard. And I feel like Charizard would be the easiest, probably because they have the most experience with the Charizard model. Okay. Yeah, they did have like Garchomp could have been the flying one, but hold on, hold on. So you have to remember, Pokemon, even though it's a lie, Pokemon's target audience is 8-year-olds. Now, if you had no context of Pokemon before, so take out all your prior knowledge of Pokemon, which one is the one that flies? This guy or this guy? Which one flies? Is it the one that looks like a shark, which doesn't fly? Sharks don't fly in real life. Or is it the one with wings? Garchomp's right here. Yeah, Garchomp could have flew, and they did that in the Ultra anime. Wasting my sandwich time making silly comments like that. I guess. Oh, you know what? This would help if I actually switched it to my headphones. I am so used to. I'm still used to not playing with music. That like I literally had it playing through my speakers, and not my headset, and didn't notice until I took them off and sat down. Which means I'm pretty sure you guys didn't have game audio until now. So sorry about that. Dude, how did I not get one? How? Oh my goodness. Dude, I've been playing a bunch of Metroid Prime Remaster. Great game. Great game. I'm gonna disappear for a second. Boop. My mic was still muted. One, two, three. Next. 2 betas. Dude, I don't know. I kind of like the old sandwich combination with like the hamburger meat and the tomatoes. Like, granted, this one is probably easier because they're like pickles and cucumbers are smaller. But at the same time, right? Imagine like you need 3 of each item. So imagine when you do normal and you have to do tofu. You need 9 tofu blocks on this sandwich. And then you need to throw like pickles and cucumbers on top of it, which is probably easy if you're used to it. I'm just never doing top bread again. I started, like, I stopped doing the top bread, realized you didn't need it, never putting the top bread on the sandwich again. Unless it's like a simple, like, egg hatching sandwich. But if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Dun, 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 dun. Someone should do a challenge where every time they make a sandwich in game, they have to make the same sandwich in real life. Imagine if I had to just eat a sandwich with like just like 12 pickles and 3 cucumbers. I wouldn't be surprised at this point in the game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's already done it. It just came up in my mind, and I thought it was a funny concept. And if I go this whole sandwich again without getting at least 1 shiny... Ah, there we go. You would miss the thunder wave. You're right, it is. Whoops. I'm off my streaming game tonight. I'm okay with that, though. Because it's just like, whatever. Thanks for letting me know, Gudra. At least I turned the mic back on first. I feel like the mic is more important than the camera. Like being able to be heard. I don't know anymore though, with all the compliments I've gotten on my haircut. So, we don't get one the whole sandwich. Do another sandwich and we get in the first like 30 seconds. Silly. Might as well try to get one marked. Didn't you do a 12-hour stream? Or a 24-hour stream or something like that? Did you... Ah, there's another one. Ooh, you're a tiny one. Maybe you'll be a little baby. Got it. We'll have to see if this is like a tiny little guy. That one's inner focus. Where else can I go for a good fighting type? Like if I wanted to hunt another fighting type for the remainder of the sandwich, like where should I go? But yeah, you didn't fall asleep on stream, did you? Scrafty and Blueberry Academy. Okay, yeah. We'll try to get one more. One more, the 15-minute mark. I definitely got real zoned out. Like, the first week of Scarlet Violet coming out when I was like streaming for like 6 hours at a time until like 4 in the morning. Definitely had a couple of those nights where I was just like by the end of it. We are shiny hunting for the Minfu to get a shiny Minchao. And the first for one of the teams is basically done. And then another team, and then the second team, we just need the Minchao the Indeedee with 0 attack, and then I have to move over a Calyrex from another from another copy of a game. So we're going for one more Min Chao. At least trying to get a marked one. But hello, Jacoby and Gemini. How are you guys today? But yeah, we got one Shadow Rider team and one Terrapagos team. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to do some Reg G stuff with either of those two teams. I'm doing pretty good. It's almost the weekend. Thank goodness like EUIC was during like my spring break. So I totally destroyed my sleep schedule. But it was fine because I didn't have to go to work or anything. I just had to be a dad. Calyrex can be broken, but a lot of teams are going to be built to deal with it. Yeah, that's why like one of my teams was really easy to put together because I already had most of the mons. Like I've kind of been just like reusing like certain EVs. So I only have to change up a few things here and there. But that's how any metagame is. Like that's how you play any like competitive game where there's like certain pieces or certain strategies that are effective. Like you have to either learn how to play against it or you have to learn how to play with it. Like the trading card game is like that. There's a meta for the trading card game. And you like if you know that people are going to use it and you want to build a competitive team anyway, like it's still something you have to plan for. So it's not like it's like expected either way. So like one way to deal with Calyrex, if it only has like expanding force and like astral barrage, like one way to deal with it is wide guard. So you can wide guard against it and it basically can't like attack you. So in that situation, like you as the Calyrex player also need to build around that. So like it's not uncommon for people to like build against it, but then you also have to build with that in mind of how people are going to try to stop you. I still think you can build things that are going to catch people off guard. So one of the big facets of VGC is knowledge. So like for example, like you could always build like a like a rogue, like a different Pokemon that's like really strong that can like a dark type move. Like on my one team, for example, I want knockoff on Rillaboom. Like it's Assault Vest, so it's got the bulk to survive one Astral Barrage, one or two Astral Barrages based on like if it has boost already. And knockoff's going to do a lot of damage, and like knockoff isn't super common on Rillaboom right now. It's more Wood Hammer, Grassy Glide, Fake Out, and then like Stomping Tantrum, like Wood Hammer, U-Turn, and like even Taunt. So there are different ways to like stop it. Like you can still build something good. And the best way to do that is to like build something that is good that not a lot of people have experience with dealing with. So a lot of people have been using Kyurem White in a kind of like, there was a team that won a European regional, the Urich regional in Germany. I think it's Germany. Articuno won a regional. And so what they did is they used Ninetales to set up Veil, and then they had like Blizzard spam. So like the Hail had like a lot of Blizzard. Now that's harder right now because of, it's hard because of the fact that there's so much more weather setters, and there's so many better weather setters now in Reg G with Kyogre, with Groudon, with Koraidon, that it's harder to get that weather. But a lot of those Pokemon are super weak to ice. So you could do something with Choice Scarf or Choice Specs, and I would have to say Choice Scarf and just like spam Blizzard. I don't think we're getting another one. Let's go do Scrafty. We'll go to the end. And we'll spend the last 10 minutes doing Scrafty, and then I'll hatch in DD eggs. Well, so a lot of people have been running like snow teams, like Veil teams with the Ice Rider. And if you're worried about the Ice Rider, you can carry like fire moves. Reshiram. What's Reshiram's move that you can get when you fuse with Kyurem and Reshiram? Fusion Flare, right? So you could always do like a Fusion Flare as well. You would just need to pivot out if you're choice locked in. Yeah. Answers to that. Shiny Scrafty is like a brighter yellow, right? Can someone double check that for me? Our Scraggy, talking about Scraggy. If it's like a Scrafty, I'm gonna know. Pink belly, okay. Let me see your belly. Honestly, the yellow should be enough. Yeah, I knew Scrafty was easier. But I feel like since it's like overcast over here, it's like darker. I feel like Scraggy is going to be easy to see too. I'm doing well. You know, just got about 3 more mons to gather for the team. That one's throwing me. Nah. About 3 more mons to gather for the team. But one of them involves going to my brother's one. So I have seen a lot of Ting Lu, especially on like the comps with, you know, the Rillaboom, Gouging Fire, like Solo Dozo and Ting Lu. Like that's definitely a way to deal with it, and then you can use your last 2 slots for like, you know, heavy sweeping mons. I saw a team like that earlier today with like a Zamazenta on it. Ooh, you're a tiny boy. You mean Regieleki? I don't think so, because like if your opponent leads like against like Groudon Fluttermane, like you're just gonna get dominated, because Groudon's gonna take the sun, gonna be immune to the Regieleki, and like Fluttermane, if it's booster speed, it's gonna outspeed Regieleki unless it's Choice Scarf. So I don't think. I think with all the booster energy going around, I don't think Regieleki's gonna be good. Because if you want it like speed control, like you can just do Iron Bundle and Miraidon, and that still like outputs like a lot of damage. Yeah, Groudon is going to be really good. There's now 2 Sunsetters that Kyogre has to worry about. Granted, like Kyogre usually wants to go with Tornadus, but it's still going to be hard because there are so many Weather Setters. Like, if you're going against Trick Room, like you got to deal with the potential of Torkoal. If you're going against Miraidon, like you still have to worry about Bundle. Like, I think you have to run like Timid, Max Speed, Kyogre to outrun Bundle and Tailwind. I could be wrong about that. I believe Bundle gets to 309. What booster energy speed? Now we only got 2 minutes left. We're probably not getting a Scraggy or a Scrafty. Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Like it's usually like an A tier Mon, borderline S tier. Like I think I like on my video, I think I put in like an A, like just out of respect for it. Like there are gonna be teams where like if we start building around like not respecting Kyogre, like people are gonna find a way to abuse that. But like right now, like there's so many benefits to running Sun. It's kind of it makes it hard to give Kyogre room to breathe. You know? And that's the thing. I've tried Kyogre a little. But there was really nothing that like felt good. Like when it worked, but like and think about its other threats. Rillaboom, Raging Bull. Like but I think I'm out of time on this sandwich. 26 seconds. Can we get one? No. Big negative. Yeah, big negative. Okay. I do have the charm, yeah. I really don't shiny hunt until I get a charm. So I want to go here. And I want to see how tiny of a boy my one Minfu is. And then after, we will start hatching NDD eggs. Because I need a 0 attack. I at least need a 0 attack. And then we'll get Calyrex. By the end of the night, I should have all 3 teams put together. Well, no, not 3. All 2 teams put together, and I should maybe be able to test them. It was you. Oh, not small enough for the mark. Okay. Okay, so boxes. I now need to go into egg hatching mode. I'm going to prep that. 4 IVs, 4 IVs, 0. We'll do this one just on the hope that I maybe... What is it? Oh, it is bold. I definitely bred that one. I want mine bold. Because if so, I can just use an Everstone. Calm. I actually want to calm nature. It doesn't matter. Okay, there's my Volk and my Ditto. What is this? That is my 6 IV Ditto. I need my... And you have the Destiny Knot. We can always bottle cap you. Put away. Why does Ludicolo have a Beast Ball? Why? That's so weird. Let's get rid of some Bulbasaurs. Arceus is a mythical good. though. Hey, Mark, welcome back. So they have never really allowed mythicals in competitive. There was season 13 in Sword and Shield where they had them on ranked ladder. But other than that, there's never been an official VGC tournament that had, what was I going to say? Mythical Pokemon. So like Arceus is a mythical. We'll keep you. Are you chlorophyll too? You're overgrow. What do you mean mythical paradox? Do you mean like a raging bolt and gouging fire? They're not mythicals though. They're just they're what's considered sub-legendary. So they're legendary Pokemon, but they're not like restricted legendaries. Restricted legendaries are basically like the Pokemon you see on the box of games. And I like my Raging Bolt. Your chlorophyll will keep you too. Even though I have a shiny, so I'm probably not going to use it. I mean, I hate bees. I like honeybees. Honeybees get the pass because they keep our environment going. But like wasps, like yellow jackets, mud bears, mud bear hornets are something we deal a lot with in my area, where they're like wasps, but they're like they don't hive. They're like singular. That's what I don't like. And someone who owns a house, so every time there is a like wasp nest or something like that, I'm the one that has to deal with it. Like I can't be like, "Hey, wife, there's a hornet's nest hanging on the garage. Here's some spray. You go deal with that." I can't do that. It's me every time. I'm the one that has to deal with it. So I'm not a fan of like wasps and stuff. Honeybees, though, like I said, honeybees get a pass. Rock, because I love Tyranitar. So I'd probably be like a rock or a dark type gym leader. Just to have Tyranitar. We will save. Make sure we are in the right box. And I'm going to disappear for a second. I heard a noise and I couldn't tell if it was outside or in my downstairs, so I'm going to check to make sure my dog didn't get into some crap. I'll be right back. Okay, this time I turn the camera and the microphone back on. Ooh. And I got some water. I was downstairs. Might as well. I think I still have Blissey raids on one of my games. So I need to farm. I need to farm them. I think the Scarlet file on this game, I have the Gimme Goal, the shiny Gimme Goal raid saved. I'd like to go back to that one day. Don't know if I actually will. And I think maybe on the other one I have Blissey on my Scarlet file. I have no clue what I have saved anymore or not. This is like the only sandwich I still put the top bread on. So this is the boring part of hatching eggs, is collecting them. So I will take questions if we would like. Actually, let's do this instead. So we'll move over here. So I can just collect eggs as I go. It is 11:23. And I'm going to switch to this right here. Where am I going to do this? Yeah, let's do this instead. We'll move. Oh. Move this over here. Bring up OBS. now I can't see the chat. Okay. Let me figure this out because I still want to see the chat. There we go. That will work for now. All right. Okay. Do I want to try a Kyogre team? No, I don't. Ooh, Urshifu Rapid Strike. So we just fake out and Thunderclap here, right? That's fine. Why? Why do you have high horsepower Terra Ground? So lame. Jeez. This is a loss. Get a decent amount of eggs out of this. Diego Origin, though. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we're gonna protect. Ooh, the Draco. Switch an Ensign. Sod. Or Blessing, that's fine. Okay. They're going pretty well. We're just doing like a little extra practice. Oh, that's fine. Dude, I'm gonna have a stupid amount of eggs after this. Ooh, that's unique. How much did Thunderclap do? Yeah, I figured that. I'm just gonna Dragon Pulse and Wisp. Because if you switch in... You're just gonna fake out Calm Mind here. Ooh. No, it's Terra Fairy. What garbage. Okay, so they have the Tailwind. And they have the Lando. They don't have... Ew. That's fine though, because we now know that we're faster. So we can Calm Mind here. Terra Fairy and Draining Kiss. You're gone. Is it Choice Scarf Lando? Ooh. Didn't even think about that. Have they shown Protect yet? Yeah, we got it. Oh, I've tanked this rating though. See, this is where, like, Barraskewda, like, what is Barraskewda gonna do? It does get access to Crunch. That's really the only thing I have to worry about. Ooh. What you gonna do? Nothing. Why would you click it again? Why would you click it again? Oh, they didn't think I could double wide guard. I've clicked it like 4 times in a row and I haven't had it fail on me. Let's check out the Bulbapedia. In Generation 5 only, there's a chance that Wide Guard will succeed and succeed drops each time the user... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, like with this team, like the Kyogre matchup is super easy. Pelipper has Wide Guard, so that's something we got to keep in mind. But at least for the first time. Oh, it's choice. How lame. Ooh. Did that Wide Guard work out for you? It didn't. Yeah, let's close combat. Urshifu, Rapid Strike. So we've already seen that the Torn was Choice Scarf. And Rillaboom wins this. So what we want to do is switch in Indeedee. Yeah, no Aqua Jet for you. Okay. What are the odds they protect with King Gambit? I think they just go right to being offensive. Ooh, such a good Terra. Do you have Terra Blast, though? I should have Calm Mind it. Oh, they Iron Head and it didn't do anything. You would have Terra Blast, you dingus. We're going down to a Sucker Punch, though. This is not a good matchup. You might be Choice Scarfs. You might be faster than me. Let's risk it. Let's go! Oh, it had Dazzling Gleam. I thought that was my... The Terra-Fairy King Gambit. Oh, it's got D-Gleam. D-Gleam's just gonna knock me out. Yeah, that's game. Okay, last one, and then we're gonna go back to egg hatching. Oh, let's go. Ew, you got the double. How lame. For Rigoroff really can't do anything though. Why are you Heat Wave? Thank you, Indeedee. Okay. We'll leave it there. Measly 1200s, but I mean, definitely way better than before. I'm gonna disappear for a second. Alright, so sandwich has ended. I feel like we got a decent amount of eggs out of that. Not too bad. About 48. Yeah, 48. I switched you with you. And then you go back in the box, because we'll definitely get something that we can use if we don't get what we need. The first 40 eggs, we might get a shiny. What do you think will happen for a shiny egg or shiny random encounter? Whoa, Smeargle. Too bad you're useless now. I should have duped way more items when that exploit, before they fixed that exploit. Oh, it's midnight. Never mind. They're gone. Might as well farm feathers while we're egg hatching. How's everyone doing tonight? So, I did, but it's like, you need like very precise timing. And what I'm hoping for is like a while back when I did a lot of stuff with the switch up microcontroller. People were like, you could use a home built microcontroller a lot easier. I'm really hoping that they take that formula and they build it into the microcontroller. That way I can just have the microcontroller do it for me, which I feel like would be awesome, but I don't know if they're going to do that. So I'm going to wait a little because I'm really bad with timing. And I'm hoping there's a way that I can use the microcontroller I already own. I would have to buy more cables. I like lost all the cables that I bought, which stinks because I bought like 100 of them. And hopefully I could use the microcontroller. And that way it would just like use my screen and it would like just be able to do it itself. And so I think that'd be really cool. But that does seem like really cool for like grinding up stuff. My hope is that like I don't have to like, because like how many times am I gonna fail? Like you have to be like precise with your like minutes and stuff. Oh, I forgot they could be male. No. I want a famale. Yeah, I feel like I'd need like a physical stopwatch, like an old track stopwatch to like pull that off. Oh, hey, Zach. He's probably not here. I just saw his comment in the chat while I was playing Showdown. I do that way too often. I need to like pay more attention to the chat. I think that's when I was doing like Showdown and okay, we can bottle cap that one. If I'm breeding though, like I would prefer not to use a bottle cap. Yeah, I feel like it would take me more than like 1 out of 7 times, you know what I mean? Just gathering all the items. This is so much better than swimming around the lake, because I don't have to deal with as much lag, and I don't have to deal with Vizula. Was it like 12? Hopefully this egg round will be it. And then if we get a shiny male on DD, I will just trade it to whoever's in chat. I will put a code on the screen and whoever gets it first. If it's a female though, I'm going to keep it. Especially if it's 0 attack. But yeah, I do think the Pokelotto thing is really cool. The best they can do... Ooh. Ooh. You're coming with me. You're staying with me. 0 attack, 0 speed. I want to say the most they can do is change like the RNG seed. But like I would have to assume that most of the game runs off of the same RNG seed. So they would either have to like program a separate RNG seed just for, you know, the lotto machine, or darn it, or they would have to change like all of the RNG, which they're not going to do. You're right. It is pretty safe from patches. And plus, I don't see them fixing it because like the thing with the Smeargle one is that you could clone Pokemon with it. And so that's their big no-no. So as long as you can't like they don't really care about manipulating items. I want to say like Killa, but I also want to say Kyla. But hello, either way. No matter what you go by. Hello. But yeah, but that's why I'm hoping that they like, cause like with the automation thing, it can like use my OBS. So it can literally just like watch my screen and run the program. Like, and it could view my screen. So like if they set it up the right way, like I could program my Switch to do it like automatically every single time. I'm hoping someone does that in the Pokemon automation community. Yeah, because I already have the Adreno board. Like, the only thing I would need to do is buy more wires. And probably, like, re-download the software, because I would have to assume that the software that I use for Shiny Arceus, I use it for Shiny Arceus, I would have to assume that it's probably out of date, and it probably needs updated. And like those, like most of those GitHub ones, like they don't have updates. You just have to uninstall the old one and reinstall the new one. But yeah, I just want to get this done by Saturday so I can do the wide league. And I have one team done, so I can at least do the wide league one if I need to. But I wouldn't mind like maybe finding the time to enter more than one Reg G online tour. That or the one day we can just, like, I can just, like, go on casual ladder, or I can do, like, viewer battles or something like that. Yep, we got one more. But yeah, with that microcontroller and the automation software, you can actually like set it up to like soft reset for you. Like they've made programs with with the Regieleki and Regidrago, where like once it finds the shiny, it will just go home and like stop running the software. So like you could just leave it running and then come back to a shiny Pokemon. that was the last one. Boxes. We got a lot of females that time. No good, no good. That's not what I wanted, but okay. I'm surprisingly getting a lot of no good attack. Well, it's not the shiny hunters. There's actually like the program is used for shiny hunting, but like they are very particular. Just like how PK Hex is like, hey, like don't use this for competitive, even though people still do. People still use it to cheat. If you go to like the GitHub, like and like read like the descriptions and stuff, they basically say they're like, hey, they're like, we don't care if you get shinies. They're like, but if you're gonna use it to get shinies, like please tell people that you did it through automation. Like that's something they ask, because like a lot of hardcore shiny hunters like hate method hunting. It's ridiculous, because shiny hunting is like what value you make of it. So if like you want to put the work in to get like a full odd shiny, you put the work in, like you do you. But like if someone doesn't want to put that work in and they want to do like a method hunt, or if they want to use automation, let them. It's not your Pokemon. Like, why do you care? That's one thing like I've always thought was like weird, like that some people, as like the games have progressed and they've made like new ways to shiny hunt, and like they've made shiny hunting easier, like with the wormholes and the Dynamax adventures, like basically being like a 1 in 100 if you have the shiny charm. Like people have talked about like, oh, it devalues shinies. Like shinies aren't valuable now because of Pokemon Go and community days. And it's just like shiny value is intrinsic. It's what you value of that Pokemon. Like, so if you're excited for like a, you know, like a 1 in 100 like shiny, be excited. If you want to play like Gen 3 and like soft reset, like do that. It's more of like, it's classism in all honesty. And not everyone's like that. Not every shiny hunter is like that. But like you've definitely like you've definitely seen like a tweet here or there, or like a YouTube comment of someone that is like a shiny hunting purist. And they're like, your shiny is worth less because like you caught it in a wormhole. And it's just like, I don't care, it's a shiny to me. And that's always been like one of my biggest gripes about like people that like what like being like picky on how you play Pokemon. Like that's the great thing about Pokemon. You can play whatever way you want. Whatever way you want. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me any. And in all honesty, like they can feel that way about their own shinies, like, but don't yuck someone else's yum. You know what I mean? Oh, I hate it when I do that. The worst is where you get somewhere and like when your character jumps back to like enter the battle, you jump into like another like wild encounter, and then as soon as you like run from the battle, it's just like, oh, you were standing on another Pokemon, so here's another battle. I hate that. Sneasler is the worst. And like the snowy mountains, because they just like surround you. Okay, I will use this Volcarona to exterminate you. More will just respawn. It's useless. That should be up. One more. And there it is. Yeah, but if we get a shiny, we get a shiny. If we don't, we don't. If we get a male, I will literally just trade it. On the plus side, I'm getting a decent amount of feathers. There we go. Psychic Surge, let's go. Okay. So worst case scenario, if we don't get a shiny, we don't have to keep going because we got the stats that we need. That's crazy how many times like the 0 attack and 0 speed was passed on. At least if I want to make a Trick Room team, I got what I need. And we are getting lots of feathers out of this. Which I use feathers a lot, so. For a minute, I thought that Twig was Herba Mystica. And I was like, what? I wish I would get less muscle feathers, because muscle feathers is probably the ones that I use the least. I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'll still be reading chat and whatnot. Leave me alone, love disc. At least you don't have to farm heart scales anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so nice. And that's the thing, like, they've done a lot of little stuff. Are the games perfect? Absolutely not. But they have done a lot of good stuff. The mirror herb for egg moves, like that's a godsend too. When I first started competitive, like just breeding competitive mons, you had to you basically needed a flow chart just to breed. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do first? I'm gonna do the nature. So I'm gonna make sure that I get a good IV mon of like that nature. And what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna get the egg moves. So I'm gonna move all the egg moves onto there. And then I'll get like a good IV with the right ability and the nature with the Everstone and the egg moves. Like you had to do all that. Like you had to do the nature and make sure like if it was a hidden ability, like you wanted to do it on a female with that hidden ability because the females are more likely to pass it on. So you had to do nature, like hidden ability, preferably a female, and like based on gender rates that could be really annoying. And it's just like, all right, then I have to do all that and get the egg moves as well. So like you had to like prep your breedmon before you were even like, oh, like now I'll go and try to get good IVs. Now that I did all of that, like all of that is gone. Yeah, but what I'm saying, like back, like when I started with like Sun and Moon, so like with Sun and Moon, like you had to do the egg moves before you did anything else. Like the one time I like spent hours and got like a 6 IV mon that I wanted, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I went to go do the moves after like before EVing it, and I was just like, oh, I forgot an egg move, and that Pokemon like was useless because I needed that egg move. So even Sword and Shield, like the way Sword and Shield did egg moves, that you could like pass them on through like the same species of Pokemon, like through the daycare, was like really awesome. I feel like egg moves aren't as important now for some Mons. And I think they've just made moves like more accessible. So there's still like some older things that are like locked behind egg moves. I feel like eventually... Actually, I don't think they'll get rid of egg moves because they still want people to like breed and stuff. Like they're still making, like they're still like updating the breeding mechanics. I do dislike how you cannot just continuously hatch. You can't just like pick up an egg, ride around, pick up the next egg, ride around, pick up the next egg. Like this whole like sit in front of a basket for a half hour thing. It is so annoying. And it's annoying for me, so I can't even imagine like which is why like I pulled up Showdown instead of having you guys just watch me click A for a half hour. Oh my goodness. My wife ordered a swing set for my kid. I get a swing set coming in tomorrow. But like the thing is like I don't know, like it's supposed to rain like all weekend. So like if she thinks I'm going to set it up in the rain, like she's crazy. Yeah, I still like if I want to passively gather eggs, I still use my switch up. The switch up game enhancer. If you have the Scarlet and Violet one, like the egg hatching thing is really good. The egg gathering mode is really good, but like other than that, like I don't use the switch up anymore. And honestly, I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think the switch up had something to do with them changing the way that you can collect eggs. Because with the switch up, you could literally just egg hatch. Like you could have that run for hours. And it would just continuously egg hatch. And it would keep just picking up eggs. Like you can set it up so it would pick up an egg, spin around, hatch that egg, and then it would grab another one. So like you could do that until your box filled up. So you could have that thing running for hours, which I've done before on Sword and Shield. So I'm not gonna lie, I do think they saw the switch up and they were like, we need to do something about how people can collect eggs. Which stinks, because like they just made the game less accessible by making it more difficult to hatch eggs. I think after the eggs, I might call it a night. Because the only thing left after that, other than like the EVing and the evolution and the bottle capping for Minfu and all that, the only thing I have left to do is like move Calyrex over to this game file, which is going to take like multiple switches, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to do it on stream. So I think I'm just going to do it off stream sometime tomorrow. So it is, they did prove it, like it is in the code, like, and even Pokemon has like talked about it, like Flame Body does reduce the amount of steps, and even like the data miners, like Anubis and other data miners that are like very well known on Twitter, they've literally done like experiments, because that's what they do when they have questions like that. Like they, like before they even look at the game data, they're like, oh, let's just test it. Let's go in a straight line with the same egg, one with flame body, one without flame body, and let's see which one hatches first. It does something. It's just very minimal in the grand scheme of things. But if you're hatching 48 eggs at a time, you know, the flame body, like taking away a couple of steps each egg, does help. Are they gonna stop giving me feathers? Did I farm all the feathers? At least in this area, I think I've farmed all the feathers. There is still water over here. I believe this water, it doesn't give you as much feathers, but I believe there's still feathers in here. I'm gonna hatch eggs. I might as well farm stuff. Yeah, a decent amount. Where am I at on? I'm running low on XP candy. I need to do raids more often. What do you think the next 7-star is going to be? I don't think they'll do for alligator. I don't think they're gonna do 2 Gen 2 Mons in a row. What's left? Swampert? Swampert would be a good one. I could see Swampert being Terra Ground. But they could also do Torterra. Wait, did they already do Torterra? I don't think they did. Infernape's another one. They haven't done Infernape yet. That's all of them. Yeah, Swampert's a good one. But I feel like if you don't count Charizard, like the return of Charizard, I feel like they haven't done a fire type in a while. I feel like we're due for a fire type. I need to go back and play older games. I wish I had the equipment to stream older games. That would encourage me a lot more. What is it? Someone had a theory that I forget which Mons it was, but people had a theory that like when they announced that the starters would be like be able to be found in the Indigo Disc, they had one Pokemon of a type with like the 3 starters from Legends Arceus. So a lot of people are assuming it's them. I think that would be cool. That'd be a cool little nod. I think Emboar needs something to make it better. Like it's good, but it needs something to make it like relevant again. For Alligator, I think any like design where they can add to Feraligatr would be so good. And for the grass type, they already did Decidueye. I just wish it would have been better competitively. So Gen 4 with Embor. A Gen 2 for Alligator. The grass one is hard. Yeah, that's why I think Embor would be a good fit. Like, give it Fire Fairy. Yes. Yes, I'm working on the Indeedee. I think... Where are we at with the eggs? I think once the eggs are hatched with Indeedee, I'm going to call it a night. But I appreciate you stopping in. I think we got like 8 more eggs left. And if I get a shiny mail, I'm just going to trade it to whoever's in chat. I'm going to put up a trade code. And whoever locks in first locks in. That's if I get a shiny male. If I get a shiny female, though, I'm keeping that. Especially if it's 0 attack. But how are you doing? How was your day? If you force the massive Indeedee for shiny. Wait, what do you mean? Do you mean the male? So the thing is, like, with Indeedee being like a gender ratio, like a gender difference, is that no matter which Indeedee you breed, you have a chance of, like, if it's male, it's going to be male Indeedee. If it's female, it's going to be female Indeedee. I want the female for redirection and trick room. So, well, I mean, the male learns trick room too. Another no good, no good. Oh my goodness. 3 zeros. How often do you see that? 3 and 3. Oops. I wanted to do this. The one time I was getting a 0 speed Iron Hands for Gudra VGC, and I ended up getting one. It had 0 HP, it had 0 attack and 0 speed, and I was like, you can have that one. I was like, because I don't want to bottle cap it. Ooh. Nope, not a feather. I think I farmed all the feathers out of this water. That's a big Oshawott. It's a big boy. Yeah, but people are already testing it. Like, to my knowledge, I don't have any locals that I plan on going to, so I don't need to test. Oh no, I only have like 48 championship points. I've gotten, what was it? 28 points from, I think, yeah, 28 points from like locals. And like 15 points from I am a North America player, so I would need 500. So I'm not even 10% of the way there. I believe NA for Masters is 500. Yeah. Last year I went to NAIC in Knoxville. I did not do well. But this year I wasn't able to go to any. Pittsburgh would have been like my best option. And like NAIC, now that it's not in Ohio anymore, like it's like out of my price range because I really don't have the extra money to like fly or anything like that. So I went to Knoxville, drove there, went to NAIC in Columbus and drove there. So like my next bet was like Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh is another one that I could drive. But the same week registration went up, and registration was super low, so I don't think I would have gotten in anyway. But the same week that registration went up, my teachers union was talking about going on strike. So I couldn't risk putting $70 down on a tournament and booking a hotel when I didn't know if I was going to have a job. That's, what is that, Latin America is 300? I think, what is it? Cool. So you're going into... What is it? You're in the dry months right now, right? Well, no, it's opposite, right? So you'd still be in the wet months. I went to Costa Rica before. That is my experience of South America. Is Costa Rica South America? I'm sounding really American and really ignorant right now, but it's just like my brain function is running low due to like the fact that it's 1 in the morning here. Oh, Central America, yeah. So they're like close to the equator. They only have like 2 seasons. We went there because my wife wanted to see the sloths. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching it. Yeah, but the fun thing about a regional at the end of like the regulation is that a lot of people that like have already there are a lot of people that have already locked their worlds invites. And if they're not going for like travel awards, which I think most like high rated players are, But there are some people like that like will bring fun stuff because they already have their worlds invite, and that like this regulation like is kind of over. So we might see some fun stuff on stream, and I'm excited for that. And overall, I don't think Reg F was bad. I did like Reg F. That Chikorita is such at a bad angle. You just gotta test it. The Groudon teams have been really good. Like, Fluttermane Groudon is so disgustingly good. I hate it. Is that like, what is it? I've seen a bunch of it. It's like Groudon. It's like Groudon, Fluttermane, Raging Bolt, like Rillaboom or Incin. And then there's one more Mon like thrown in there. It's definitely something I want to work with. I swear there was an item there. Yeah, I mean, it's a good team. I like balance too. Walking Wake. Walking Wake is usually the other Mon. Dude, just play it. Just keep playing it, and just like, if you need to tweak it, like tweak it a little. But like, that's something like I kind of like slowed down the building like hundreds of teams grind for like YouTube content stuff, and I just kind of like focused on like one or two teams, and I ended up using like only one team for most of Reg F. And the moment I strayed away from it, like for the last global challenge, like I did horrible. For most of Reg F, I was a Gouging Fire King Gambit player. What was it? It was Gouging Fire, King Gambit, Rillaboom, Wellspring Ogerpon, Lando Eye, and Fluttermane. How was it the Sandile and not the Tauros that's running around like a doofus? Watch, it's probably gonna be... Nope, nope. Leave me alone. This is the last one. Yeah, for the last one, I found I like tried a terrible version with what was it? Like Urshifu, Dark Tornadus, Flutter Mane, and then like Raging Bolt, but it was AV Raging Bolt, so like I made the wrong call for the last global challenge. I flopped so bad in it. Like I would have been better off like not playing. Put it that way. Let's see. That's not too bad. But we did get... We got our Minxiao, our Minfu. And we got our 0 attack, 5 IV, Psychic Surge, and DD. So I'm going to build these out tomorrow. And then I'm going to move the Calyrex over. And I might be on tomorrow night. Oh, I'm finishing up. I just need it. I needed the stats. I rather have the stats than the shiny right now. But I'm going to try to be on tomorrow. If not, I hopefully am going to be able to participate in the wide league. I want to try this team though. This is just Urshifu, Rillaboom, like Ensign. And so this one has knockoff. This Ensign needs a Wisp. I want Wisp on this one. The Raging Bolt here, these two, and then there's just like Calyrex. I don't know though. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I still feel iffy about the teams, but thank you everyone that stopped in. This came and hung out. I appreciate you. This is gonna be the night. So you guys have a good night, have a good day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow.